Do you fancy a countdown?
Hey, everybody. It's Noise Neighbors Podcast. It's me, Joey McHugh, joined as always by Mark Mulvaney. All right, Mulv.
What's up, Joey, mate?
Chillin', brother.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got a nose full of steroids and a system full of antihistamines, crushing it on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Just living the dream. How about you?
Brilliant. Yeah, buzzing, mate. Yeah, good summer so far.
Yeah, it's been all right.
Yeah, it's a bit hot.
Yeah, I'm done with this already, though. I decided.
Yeah, it's not even July, mate.
Yeah. I think I'm done.
It's bobbins.
I'm quitting. I'm just not. I need all my friends to find. All my friends need to go ahead and find housing and employment in Cleveland because I think we're all just gonna go. We'll go buy. All of us need to get together, just buy a plot of land, put up a bunch of houses.
A simple summer home would be fine.
True.
Because 6 months of the year here is fine.
Yeah.
It's the other 6 months that are unbearable.
Yeah. If I worked remote, that would be the move.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be so sick.
Absolutely. All right. Well, welcome everyone to Noise
hey guys.
Neighbors. Yeah. America's favorite Manchester City podcast and occasional YouTube channel.
Yeah. And occasional remote therapy.
Yeah.
Podcast apparently.
Yeah. Hitting all the highs this summer.
And even a couple lows. Crushing it.
No, welcome. This is a call-in show. About time, I think. I want to we want to talk to everybody because we haven't done one since we became champions.
Oh yeah.
Again. Back to back.
Standard. Yeah.
In amazing City fashion.
That's pretty sick.
What are we doing? Oh dear.
I can't do any more like that, to be honest.
We've been saying that though, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've been saying that. I saw a video of Vincent Kompany's reaction to the original, the Aguero moment.
Yeah.
Immediately afterwards, they've got him in the tunnel interviewing him, and he says, this is a dream, but please, never again like this. Never again like this. Let's check out
one of us.
Let's check in with the chat. Thanks everybody. Let us know where you are watching and listening from. Loads of the regular folks in here. We love to see it. Kyle is checking in. He says he's outside.
Okay.
Maybe your house even.
No, yeah, I think that is what he's saying.
What's the garage code?
Yeah, I don't know.
He really wants to be live and direct.
Yeah, I didn't know he knew my address, to be quite honest with you, but
Adam's checking in from Grand Rapids. Hi, mate. Tuna Tunes.
Sick.
How do you say that?
Tuna Tunes.
All right. Tomato, innit?
Why wouldn't it be chamato if the T in tuna is the
He's checking in from sunny Manchester. Hello, mate. Thanks.
It's hot there too, I think. Like it's like hot
they're having
there. It's like 72 degrees.
Can you confirm, chat? There is a heat wave in sunny Manchester.
All those pale boys turning into burn boys. You know what I mean?
Thanks everybody for checking in. Houston is in the house. Hi, Michelle.
See you soon, babes.
Yeah, Stanley wants to know if we're ready for Houston. Yeah, I put a little ticker at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to be sitting in Houston with the rest of the official supporters clubs from Canada, US, Mexico even checked in with me. That was cool.
Sick.
So yeah,
my body is ready. Got the hotel booked.
Get your tickets, and you'll be sitting near us. That'll be cool. All right, so what's the plan, Breath?
Yeah, we're going to talk transfers, and we're going to talk about them with you guys. So, if you haven't done this before, I'll tell you how this works. If you have been here before, bear with me. For these call-ins, make sure if you want to call in, make sure you've got you got headphones with a mic on it. We will, come on, you big Irish guys. We will put a link in the chat. Just click on that link. It'll go to open a web browser, and then you'll be dropped in our queue here, and then we'll get to you as we can in order. Got to have your camera on, so there's no funny business. And
don't be showing us your tackle.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do what was his name? Garth.
Dorf.
Yeah, don't be a dwarf.
Or at least have a better bit.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Leo Gallagher got me pretty good.
Oh dear.
But yeah, we'll drop the link in the chat. Click on that thing, it'll go to a web browser, and then I'll put you in queue. And then we'll get to you as we do. So let's do this thing. We finna talk transfers. We have not talked. We haven't done a show since we signed Haaland, I don't think. So that's pretty on brand for us. One of City's happier, 2-month stretches, we win the league and we sign Erling Haaland. And what does Noisy Pod put out? A podcast about how sad we all are. So yeah, we have announced Haaland.
Yeah.
Number not been announced yet. It's going to be 9, unfortunately. It should be 15 just for me, really.
Yeah, I agree.
But, you don't sign that guy to not be the 9. So yeah, Erling Braut Haaland has come in from Borussia Dortmund, and people are upset. They're not happy.
Not anybody watching this, probably, unless they're hate watching.
Hate watching? Pretty funny.
Yeah. No, we are all delighted. When Kane didn't work out, this was the only thing that could sort of pacify, I think, the fan base, because Kane would have been brilliant, in my opinion. But missing out on him just to the following summer land, Erling Haaland is
bro.
Rare.
And the finances for that?
Yeah.
What did they want? 150? And for
he wouldn't even pick up the phone. Are you talking about Kane?
Yeah, I think
wouldn't even pick up the phone at 100. So
potentially 150. So for a third of that, we've got a dude for 10 years. Let's go.
Yeah, and don't get twisted up about the whole release clause or any of that. He's not going to want to leave. So
my guess is, because when does that kick in? 24 or 25 or something like that? 2024. Yeah, so my guess is the contract will get renegotiated after 2 years, and then because we do that with everybody. Ederson, we signed on a 5-year deal, and then 2 years into it, we extended it for 2 years because we renegotiated the contract. So
exactly,
we'll probably do the same with him, and we'll be like, all right, well, first 2 years went well, obviously. About this release clause, pal, and he'd be like, bin that off, we're good.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that in the least.
No, not even a little bit.
Yeah, so Haaland's going to be he's the main attraction, he's the main name, but there's some other things brewing that we want to talk to everybody about.
Yep.
We'll just probably go by, name by name, the ins, and then switch to the outs, and get some takes from the fan base.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm down. So links in the chat. If you want to call in to talk about Haaland or Alvarez or what the hell is happening with the fullback stuff or Calvin Phillips or anything like that, or whoever's going out. I think this morning it was kind of leaked out that Mahrez isn't going anywhere, so that's nice. Yeah, I thought he was probably somebody that would have been not on the way out officially, but available to negotiate about.
Yeah.
year left on his contract. Probably the last time that he'd get a big money move. So he's staying, but it's probably for the best, seeing as now we've got a monster up front that when he hits across,
these guys want to
now
stay.
there's somebody there, you know?
Totally. He's going to raise everybody's game. It's going to be amazing.
I'm curious to see what at Dortmund you'd see him drop off pretty frequently and then just make these deep, like these late runs into the box and stuff. I'm curious to see if that's something we do or if we end up switching to having like a 10 behind him,
right?
Like Kevin behind him, or Phil or Bernardo, or I mean, there's a lot of tactical flexibility now that we have this big kind of leading the line, target man, point man type thing. There's gonna be some cool stuff that comes out of this outside of just us winning.
I'm so excited for the season.
I can't remember the last time Pep had a guy like this. It was like I wouldn't count Lewandowski as the same kind of. It's a different animal, you know. So it would be like when he had Ibra at Barcelona and they didn't get along.
I mean, Aguero.
I don't think Aguero's got the just like the physicality. Like I don't think Pep's ever had a guy that's just a big bad. I mean, this guy's bigger than Laporte. He's bigger than Diaz. I mean, this is a different type of guy.
Apparently, still growing. If you watch,
I am.
Oh dear. I'm thrilled, mate, because you're giving the best coach in the business another option.
Yeah, you know?
You're raising the level of every one of his players.
Yeah.
The other thing I just thought about is I was thinking about the World Cup, and most of our players will be going to that. Haaland withstanding, because Norway didn't make it, but loads of them will be going to that. So as we think about transfers, I almost feel like there's an incentive for the club to keep a big squad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because it could be injuries in the World Cup, what have you. But the other thing on top of that is the 5 substitutes comes in, and I don't know. You give Pep Guardiola a striker, one of the best in the world.
I forgot we're switching back to that, aren't we?
Yeah. Then you've given him 5 subs. I know he generally doesn't use them.
Yeah,
but just having that option. Another reason maybe to keep a big squad, because you can play more players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's opportunity to give more minutes when you've got 5 substitutes. So I hope we keep a big squad is kind of my point. And just giving these new toys to Pep is a bit scary.
It's a madness.
All right, here we go. They are checking in.
Do the damn thing.
Yeah, let's go. First guest. Let me find the right buttons here. Here we go. From Manchester, I believe this is Nico. Welcome, mate.
Hey, lads. How's it going?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. I just got back from a nice little trip in Newcastle. And
Newcastle, the Italy of
England. I went to see
basically
our
Venice.
oil friends. I went to shake some hands, tell them how it feels, and
the Venice of the North.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah,
no,
I would akin it more to like Florence of the North.
Oh, Florence, nice,
cultural and a bit
for
more,
sure. Yeah, I always said the Geordie Shore was basically Florence.
Essentially, yeah.
No, not being funny. Like Newcastle is a place where Northerners go because it's a decent time, right?
It's dude. I mean, it was actually really, really nice. And compared to Manchester, lots of open space.
Yeah.
And I have only ever been really to go to St. James Park. I never bothered exploring around or anything like that.
Yeah,
but that's already really amazing, the fact that it's just sat in the middle of the city. Actually, I heard Mansour, before he picked up City, he was really quite interested in Newcastle. One of the reasons he didn't go for them was St. James Park being, smack dab in the middle of the city. There's no room at all for any like expansion or development around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas the stadium over here, obviously,
there was a ton of room out there.
It was built for the Commonwealth Games back then. There's nothing. It's loads and loads of space. So that helped, I guess.
How's your summer going?
Transfers, right? Sorry?
How's your summer going?
Oh, really good. It was blazing this week, lads. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
I hate it. But everyone else is happy, so who am I to, I don't want to be Scrooge.
Well, what you got, pal? Huh? When we talk about
Well, I
transfers,
wanted to say, everyone's rightfully excited about the incomings, and I look Haaland. I was, even though it was a done deal and everyone knew it was, it was the worst kept secret in history, I was still really, really, really excited. But I don't want to be like negative Nancy or anything, but I think the outgoings, I think the whole murmurings that we're hearing about is going to signal the start of I don't want to call it a mass exodus, but I do think Pep's got half in his mind to have a little clear out.
Yeah.
I keep thinking back to an interview he did with Rio Ferdinand, and Rio asked him, like, what's the secret to maintaining that hunger? Because when you get these players just winning the league every year, how do you keep them like wanting to win?
Yeah.
Surely they just get bored of it and they're just there for a paycheck after a while. And Pep basically just responded with a question. He said to him, between like 99 and when you left United, how many players were still there that you started with? And he's like, basically none of them. And Pep was like, there you go. You just basically have to rotate. There isn't actually any real way to keep someone hungry for that long. And I think he has some people in his mind when he says things like that. I think there's some in the team. Even a Sterling might have been accused of this before, or a Mahrez. These players that they've been around for a while. Mahrez, especially one of the early signings, right? So there might be that feeling within Pep or just within his staff that maybe it's it. Maybe we just do need that fresh blood coming in, someone who's really hungry to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I think we probably are due for a little bit of turnover anyways. If you just look at like positions that are aging and stuff, like Walker's getting into his 30s now. Gundogan, a couple years left, maybe, at this level, for being honest. Kevin's probably got a while, but at some point you're going to have to start taking a little bit off of him, where we're not having to rely on him in cup games and that kind of stuff. So I think it makes sense that this year and next year, I think it started a little bit probably the summer before, but this year, next year, I think you're right. We probably are going to see 6, 7, 8 guys that have been around the first team for a while heading out the door. And it's not going to be a thing of like, we're making money on a lot of them. It's just going to be a deal of like, we gotta bring in new faces, brothers. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't make any easier. I mean, like, I can't even stand to see Gabby Jesus go, because like last day of the season, when we were 3-2 up, just trying to close out that game, and he was fighting at that corner flag in his life. It was absolutely mad, and the whole East Stand in front of him was going absolutely mental. And I just thought, oh my god, if he leaves, like, if he gives this to another club, I'll just feel, I know he's a professional. He's fantastic, and he'll do well wherever he goes. But yeah, it doesn't make it any easier. You just feel like, is he the start of something? Bigger.
Well, so I will say, at least if he does go to Arsenal, Gabby, we never have to worry about him hitting an Adebayor on us. Like
right.
No,
he's just such a solid dude. It's not gonna be a thing where he's like, that's an 80-yard sprint heading down there. I'll be back.
He might do like a half. He might do the text instead of like the call. He might just do a WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp
like, celebration, but it's not.
All right, cool. Thank you, Nico, mate. Thanks for calling in.
Appreciate you, bro. Take care.
Yeah, speak to you soon. It's all right. There goes Nico. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, he's definitely on to something there,
I think we'll see less people leave than it are rumored to.
Well, we can only have so many.
I think we need to be big squad.
Yeah, I mean, we can only. I'm just saying we can. Like, we're literally only allowed to have 25. There's not.
I don't think we're even close, are we? I think we've been running light.
Well, I think only because, like, Phil didn't have to be registered because he was under 21 or whatever.
We're loaded up on the homegrowns, aren't we? It's great.
A couple of them. We could use some more, especially ones that just like, I don't know, like a Calvin Phillips type thing. That's a homegrown. That counts as English homegrown.
Oh dear.
Or you get all those weird ones that like you wouldn't, like Cesc Fabregas was homegrown.
True.
Yep. Like we need some weird ones like that just to really piss people off. I feel like Haaland should be.
We were heading in that direction, weren't we? With like wasn't like a few of those guys that we have since sold or sent on loan were all homegrown, like Ronnie Lopez and
like
kids,
Pozo and like
yeah, and like
dudes who are definitely from Spain and Portugal.
Yeah, the continental kids who were here like when they were 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on, mate.
Right.
Next caller is Vader. There he is.
What's up, dude? Being
What's up,
safe
mate?
here, it looks like. Good to see you.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? Please keep 10 and 2.
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Where are you going?
Yeah. I'm actually heading to check out my father-in-law and help him install some new internet.
Let's go.
So,
Father's Day, innit?
So I'm gonna celebrate today. I'm gonna celebrate today with him, and then wifey will hopefully spoil me tomorrow.
That's a good thing. Hell yeah.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. All the dads, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to listening to the show, finding out that you guys haven't had the show since the season's concluded, or since we've acquired these the fantastic signings. So I want to say, the way Haaland was announced was like quality.
Yeah.
I mean,
10 out of 10. Yeah.
It was so good. And not only that, and we were just talking about, thank you guys for asking like where I'm going and with regards to Father's Day, but it tied in so nicely with that.
Yeah.
And having lived without my dad at a young age, it did hit a moment. Like I'll tell you, I didn't cry, but I did get choked up a little bit for a father to be so proud of his son and for his son to follow into his footsteps in a way. It was amazing. So and I'm sure you guys live on the socials as well. There was a lot of outrage. Like a lot of fans were demanding, like, announce it already. Announce it. What's taking so long? And I think patience, man. It was all worth the wait.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude, handing the jersey over to Alfie.
Oh wow.
There we go. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park. 10 out of 10.
So 10 good.
10. Yeah, no, well said.
Are you what about we talked about Haaland. We know Alvarez is coming. Are you excited about anybody else that might be coming in?
You know what? I try to stay even keel because there's rumors around Cucurella and there's rumors around Phillips, right? So I'm trying to stay chill, but if those come through, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be pumping my fist. I'm gonna do my best not to talk about any expectations, but the way the team's gonna be.
Vibe. Good
vibes.
I'm gonna do my best to chill. But yeah,
just gotta stay tranquilo, dude. We sign everybody. He's like, I got nothing. I don't know. We're fine. We're gonna do. It'll be acceptable season.
It'll be like, it was a good transfer season. Yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up. But no, the speculation around those players and just with the needs that we have, it's like you really can't ask for anything more. Especially, I mean, it's gonna sound crazy as a City fan, but we spent $100 million last year, but we got one player, right? So the fact that we're strengthening the squad with players in different positions, and we're recognizing some of the misses that we had in terms of depth.
Yep.
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving this summer, and it hurts, but I think it's all worth it because when the season kicks in, it's going to be match after match after match, right?
Yep.
So I'm enjoying the time right now.
100 million, one player, but two massive calves, mate. Two massive calves.
Yes, huge.
Yeah. And again, one of the players that's going to, I think, just feast off of having a real center forward in the middle.
Look at how good he was when he just had Ollie Watkins.
Yeah. Well, Kane,
yeah. Well, yeah, for England, I guess, but
good for England.
Yeah. The Calvin Phillips thing. So like, I know it's all everything's rumors, but looks like Leeds have, I don't know if they've announced it yet, but they've signed a guy that's probably going to play that role. Yep. So the tea leaves would be, right? Okay, well, they've spent that money already because they know that somebody else is on the way out. The same way Liverpool just did with Nunez, where it's like, all right, we know Mane's going, so let's go ahead and spend the money while we can. Just get everything lined up. It seems like that Phillips thing is going to start. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be in Houston, but it just feels like he's going to be in Houston. You know what I mean? And he's not going to play for Club America. It's going to be us.
I hear you. And another reason why I'm trying to stay so even keel is because with Alvarez and with Haaland, and I'm gonna need to stay connected with you guys and talk often, just to stay level, because I just think of De Bruyne and his almost crushing assist record. Right, he ended up tying it, but if we think about the quality that he had at the time. And now what's coming in, I want to stay even, but I'm thinking, man, he has to have that on his target.
It's a cross from 37 yards out, on the right hand side, against any team in the league. And then here comes this big blonde robot that just jumps up, kills a center back on the way, and roof of the net off his face, and Kevin's just standing 40 yards away with his hands in the air like, this is what we needed.
No, the thing, you make a great point, Vader. The thing to remember about Kevin De Bruyne is he's about to have his first rest, I think, in as long as I can remember, right?
6 years, I think.
Yeah, he just got done with the Nations League, and now he can go and chill out for a bit.
Yeah,
he was banged up after the Champions League final, went straight to the Euros. Did he play in the Euros? Did he get in by the end of it? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he played.
Yeah.
He did, yeah. So, and he had a rough sort of beginning of the season, but you saw him finish really strong the end of last season. Now he's going to get rest for the first time in ages.
Yeah.
He's got a brand new target, man.
Mamma mia. So much this.
Hey, thanks for calling in. Happy Father's Day, mate.
Hey, thanks a lot, and great show, man, and appreciate for having me on.
Yeah,
okay, anytime.
Take care, buddy.
Ta-ra, mate.
Enjoy the internet.
There he goes. Vader, thanks, mate.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
Yeah. New guy.
New man.
Yeah.
Big man.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Going to install internet.
He was super chill.
Yeah.
He knows the vibes.
Dude, he's on the Tranquilo train big time, I think.
We got a couple people in the queue here.
Yeah.
Sorry to be. I am reading the chat. Thank you all for your comments. I'm trying to focus on the callers at the minute. So don't think we're ignoring you. Appreciate you. Okay, moving on, mate. You know it's your boy Richard.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey. Oh, he's got the new kit and everything.
Let's go.
What up?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm living, man. I'm living the dream, baby.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
what you got? What do you
yak about? What's that?
What do you want to yak about, dude? What you got?
Fuck, I don't know, man. Like, I saw I'm working on the podcast about the Man City podcast. I got my equipment ordered.
Inception.
And so now I got to figure out how to do it. You know, because that means I got to listen to every one of your guys' podcasts. But then I got to bring people on.
I'll tell you right now, it's not worth it.
Huh?
My man's doing a Talking Dead about City podcasts.
Good point. Good point.
I was like, they keep popping up. I'm like, holy shit! I don't.
True.
Whack-a-mole, dude. Like, I was like,
there's loads of them.
Fuck. They're coming everywhere. But yeah, it's just been pretty good. I want to say, like, your mental health podcast is great. You know, I've been sober 12 years.
Oh, nice.
And
Yes,
I've watched a lot of people, you know, that especially like us as males, like we don't want to talk about how we feel. And, you know, I talk about that with the kids I coach, you know, like, you know, you got to learn at an early age, if there's something wrong, you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
And you know, and you won't be judged, you know? And so I think I appreciate that, guys. So,
thank you, mate. Thanks for listening to it.
That being said, I'm all in for Cucurella, baby. He's dope on FIFA. I'm fucking ready, bro. Like, I'm fucking ready.
What a change of pace that was. That was a Raheem Sterling-esque change of pace on the wing.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm excited about Haaland. Great. You know, you talk about Pep having a new, like, you know, a new target, but you also have De Bruyne has a new option, you know, and that's really exciting. That's deadly. Sad to see Gabby go. I don't want to see Zinchenko go. Hopefully.
Oh, please no.
And I don't think Cucurella coming in or whoever, if it's Cucurella, if it's Rom, anybody. I don't think that means Zinchenko's going anywhere necessarily. I think the only way Zinchenko leaves is if one, he's like, I want out, which I don't necessarily know is the case, and two, Mulv and I talked about it on the show a while ago. Whatever like transfer market says his value is, City's value of him is much more than just a financial number that a club could meet.
Yep.
He means so much more to this team just in terms of stuff in the locker room and his willingness to stay and fight and his willingness to be like, all right, I'm an attacking midfielder by trade and for my country, but for this team and this manager, fuck it, I'm a left back. And I'm gonna do the best I can at it. And every time I go out, I'm gonna get like, there's no monetary value that you can throw on that. And if he could, I guess it's 10 to 15 million more than whatever his like perceived transfer value would be.
Yeah. Do we know when his contract is up?
I don't know.
That's chat. When is, you guys are good at this stuff.
The chat.
Where's Gaz Brady at? Give me Zinchenko's full contract details, please. Thank you. Jamie, pull it up.
The one thing I will say about Zinchenko, though, is like he really kind of like changes the pace of the game, especially like when we're down. I feel like what I've observed.
There are literally a handful of big games that he's come in and changed.
Yeah, it's
like
changed.
You need like Joey was saying, you need the mentality he's got. You need players like that with that mentality. You need players like that with that versatility. He's Ukrainian Swiss Army knife, right? Like it's
You just called a Ukrainian army knife.
We'll leave the Swiss part out. Just Ukrainian army knife.
Ukrainian army knife. Well, you're right. I mean, I don't know. It's been weird because, like, honestly, I don't like paying attention to all the hype. Because then, you know what? You get all these Scouser people talking mad shit. And those people, I mean, they're the worst. I mean, it's really bad.
You can say that. They are the worst.
No, they are the worst. Like, dude, I said something, and those dudes were taking screenshots and taking shit about me. And, like...
They're keeping receipts.
Keeping receipts? Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? Like, I matter. Like, I matter. Like, my words matter. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
hell yeah.
And, you know, what's funny is, like, every one of their moms has died when I was like, you know what? Your mom said that, actually. And she's like, my mom died. And I'm like, damn, all these dudes' moms died. It's kind of fucked up. No wonder you like your club. You like being disappointed all the time. Fuck. Shit. I mean, just though, I got to stay away from the social media. Like, I pay attention to what you guys are saying, but most of the time, like, look, dude, I see a few things that we need, and I'm not going to worry about the rest. You know?
Let me say this about social media and that. What you've got right now is loads of fans of other clubs trying to diminish our achievements, right? And what I wish, I'm not telling anybody how to live on social media, but what I wish is less City fans would join the battle in diminishing other teams' achievements, particularly trophies. Yeah. I mean, Liverpool won 2 trophies this year, 2 trophies that we valued in the past. Maybe they didn't when we won them. But let's not get into that sort of, you know, diminishing what they've achieved. They've got a better European pedigree than us, and credit to them for it. It's a hard thing to win. We know that. But likewise, we've got unique achievements that they haven't achieved. The problem is they will try to diminish them. You know, you tell them we've won 4 out of 5 Premier Leagues. You tell them
look how much money you spend, like.
They try to diminish it, and they turn it. Everybody's an accountant, right? Yeah, you know, but they've never done 100
for a city filled with people that literally can't count. Like
they've never done 100 points. Manchester City, only team to ever do that. They've never won the domestic quadruple. We're the only team to ever do that.
That's
right.
Us.
Yeah, but they will try to diminish it.
Yeah.
So I would say don't get yourselves involved in that. It turns into a spreadsheet contest, and it's just a waste of time.
Dude,
So,
I have.
Are you high roading? You're saying take the high road?
oh yeah,
take the high road.
big time.
I've curated my my like Twitter timeline to a point where I don't even see any of this stuff anymore.
Good.
Like one, I don't follow a ton of people, and like most of the time, I only find out there's like some dumb shit going down on social media because like Mulv will text me a screenshot of something, or like I'll see like Ason's popping off about somebody, or like it's always I'm always like I catch shrapnel where I'm like, fucking hold on, what are we doing here?
yeah. Well, I tell myself like when I see shit pop up, like I got to be more like nosy pod, because you really like you kind of just don't get involved in it at all. Like, and you guys are pretty. I think you're getting up there as far as like city content, and to see you guys just kind of just not really involve yourself in that, and it's really impressive to say like, well, let's not diminish their shit either. Like honestly, they chased us every fucking year except for the year before, because they had a bunch of injuries. But like they've been nipping at us all the time. They knocked us out of Champions League one year.
Yep.
I mean,
they beat the brakes off the entire league one year. Like
great films have great villains. That's what makes a great film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So let them be the great villain and make us a great movie.
As long as United stays down there in that 7-8 area, we're good, man. Like it's all good. Like,
hell yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited for this season. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna try to join you guys out there in Houston. I'm not sure yet. I'll see what my work brings me. But yeah, man. I'm just like, I'm really happy like what's going down right now. I'm actually just more thinking about Pep. Actually, I'm thinking more about Pep. I'm thinking more about like, is he happy? Does he need change? And that's what I'm more concerned about. Anything else? Like, regardless of who we get, like because I don't know who the next person's gonna be.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be the next person, right? I hope he continues and continues.
Please.
And so that's more my concern. Like, you can give me whoever. And I will say this to everybody: it was such a blessing we didn't get Kane, dude. I'm gonna be really honest
for sure.
That's a mad blessing. I'm glad you didn't pick up the phone. I'm glad you just offered 150 straight up. I'm glad. It's at the end of the day, we still won the league without you.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have one of the best young strikers in the world right now. So I mean, and
it's a good thing England doesn't have a Thanksgiving, because Harry and Charlie at a Thanksgiving table, it's got to be awkward these days because Harry's agent is his brother, right? And it's like Charlie's like, "Nah, we ain't going." Daniel, like, we're not leaving, dude. And it's all right. Well, enjoy. Yeah. You're still Spurs, like.
It's
all right, brother.
It's really weird to get in there. So they have like a Premier League watch, like virtual watch at my work, and I gotta tone it down. You know what I mean? Like I just don't say nothing. I'm like, nah. So hey, bless you guys. Have a good weekend. I'm about to go buy a new guitar.
Let's go.
Oh, tweet me the info.
Send pics, BB.
Okay,
let's go.
All right, man.
Enjoy it, mate.
Later, bro.
Have a good one. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
There goes Richard.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what a gent. What a gent.
You excited? He's gonna get a guitar. Are you jealous?
I'm hyped for a new guitar, mate.
I bet you are. It's as big as Haaland.
I'm actually at the point where I'm trying to sell some off. I've acquired many. Trying to sell some off and narrow it down because it's like a watch. You can only wear one at a time, right? I mean, I suppose you could wear multiple. That would be a bit weird, but you can only play one guitar at a time.
One on each wrist. I might start doing one on each wrist, like, and then one on each ankle. It's like, what time is it? And you have to go full, like.
What's the length on that inseam?
What's up?
Length on your inseam.
I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't sexually harass me on my own show. 7
What are we looking at? 7 inches?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thanks, Dad.
No worries of it. dangling out then. So cool.
My
All
underwear
right.
has a pouch in it.
All right, next up.
I'm pouched up, dude.
Another one from the UK, another Italian from the UK. 2 Italians from the UK in the same show. Welcome, Christina.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Brilliant.
How have we?
Tranquilly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thoughts? How's your summer going?
Summer. It's ended. I think it ended around this morning at 11:30. So it's gone.
Oh, okay. It's
We
time.
were 30 degrees, and now we're back to
Back to
I don't know.
raining. Where are you based out of, Christina?
London, southwest
Yeah,
London. Yeah.
Big smoke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? I know the words. What you got? What you want to talk about?
Anything.
Anything?
Let's talk about Italy for a minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's going on? Why
Just in
is
general?
no, what's going on with Roberto?
What's Italy? Thoughts?
Roberto Scrancini.
It happened. I'm happy. I'm at peace with that. We won the Euros. I'm fine with it.
Okay, good.
Get that.
Fine with that.
I wondered how long that joy was going to last after recent results and not making the World Cup. Is he still the man for the job?
To me, yes, at least for a bit. I mean, if you look at the bigger picture, it's done a lot because when we didn't qualify for the World Cup in 2018, everything was wrong there. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Manager. Yeah. Well, now it picked up the group. It created the group, and we won the Euros because of the momentum. We didn't have the strongest team. We really didn't. We won it. Then that momentum has gone, and then we didn't qualify for the World Cup, and now we played loads of kids. So it makes sense.
So he's it really looks like is he shuffling the pack pretty heavily now?
I think he's trying to try a few players that he couldn't before. Just try them out, see what happens. But we didn't. It's not that we didn't qualify for the World Cup because of North Macedonia. We didn't qualify because we didn't beat Bulgaria or Switzerland. That's once we didn't do that, I knew we wouldn't have done it. I knew it.
That's a shame.
Yeah, but if anyone told me you're gonna win the Euros, but not for the World Cup, I would have taken it.
You're taking it? Wow. Okay.
Yes, I would give me the World Cup, please. It's not quite the same when it's like, Joey, listen, you're gonna win the Gold Cup. But you're not going to qualify. Nah. Give me the World Cup. With Gold Cup, I'm done. There's no like equivalent over here where it's like you're going to beat all the best teams in your region. Teams like Costa Rica and Honduras. Like, nah, I'm good, brother. Be the big boy.
Christina, can we talk about Bernardo for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the rumors about him potentially leaving? Do you think that's credible?
I don't want it. Well. It could be, the rumors could be credible because if he wanted to leave last year for whatever reason, it might still be looking around or just potentially taking into account offers. But I don't want him to go. Who's got the money?
Yeah.
Where is he going? Who's got the money?
He's smack in the middle of his contract.
Right.
He's one of the best midfielders in Europe. We don't want to sell him.
No.
And the only team saying anything about him literally has no money. They have negative money.
If Barcelona was selling him, how much would he cost?
If they were selling him, 185. How much did they buy Coutinho for? It's that
more than that
number.
Because in Spain you need to have a release clause, and they put them massive numbers.
You just signed $1 billion release clause.
Yeah, now they've started doing something like the release clause is not valid for state-owned clubs. Like,
yeah.
Can we do the same? Release clause on our players.
Yeah. Also, like, so Real Madrid shouldn't be able to have any then.
Exactly.
We're talking state-owned clubs. Let's be real here.
A rich history of getting money from the government.
Yeah. Literally called Royal Madrid. The fuck? What are we doing here?
The transfer doesn't make sense to me. Like, I can see another club coming in for him for big money, but who's spending that amount of money at the moment? Nobody.
Yeah. No.
So it just doesn't make sense for me that he would leave. Doesn't add up.
No.
So
But
and he gives us such it gives us such amazing balance. I feel like the balance in the squad is fantastic, especially with the addition of a couple of strikers now. I look across the squad
Finally.
and I think, oh wow, this is well balanced. It's well balanced in terms of age as well. You know, there's kids, there's sort of in their prime, and then there's sort of coming towards the end, but have that really important experience that you need.
Yep.
So
that's a tough thing to kind of get right too. You know, like, it's a tough because I think a lot of managers get caught, especially right now, with the way prices are. A lot of managers get caught in this thing of where you keep buying expensive younger guys because you're like, well, I got to get him now, or he's only going to be more expensive in the future, and blah 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 blah. Yeah. And we've done a good job of swinging some deals a few years ago for the guys that are now in kind of leadership positions, right? Like Gundogan, end of the day, that's a steal. 25 million, come on, that's nothing. Mahrez, we paid 50, 60, I think 60 for him.
60, yeah.
I mean, trophy return, I think makes sense. We did good on that one. And then the young.
Think about it, even De Bruyne, the 60 million reject.
I mean, that is still one of the funniest transfers that's ever happened. Like, I can rewatch that Sky clip of them being like 50 million for him, not for me, and it's like,
oh mercy,
yeah.
Creed, the
guy.
First game of the season, West Ham. Are you going to that?
I'll try. I'm not sure I'll manage to get tickets, but I'll try. I was thinking of going to the first one in Manchester, so Bournemouth.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah!
I'll probably go to that.
Nice one,
yeah,
nice
and
one.
A few of them, yeah. You
So
coming? You coming over?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Spending a lot of money traveling the States this summer, so
yeah,
we'll have to save up.
I'm shooting Joey. I'm shooting late spring.
Yeah, Joey's going for the spring. That's perfect. Perfect. Yeah. No, I'd like to go. I just wondered, like, before we let you go, the first game of the season, who would your front three be?
Haaland. I would.
Okay, all right. Going out on a limb here, but all right. We'll go. Haaland. Norway,
man. Sterling on the right and Foden on the left.
Love it. Oh my God.
Right wing Sterling with Erling Haaland. Not fair. Cheat code. Oh. If I see that in Houston, you're gonna have to carry me out. What happened to Joey? He fainted. Heat? Right wing Sterling. Set up Haaland.
Christina, thanks for calling in. Great to talk to you again.
Great.
All right, speak soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Oh, ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
See that?
Nice one. Yeah.
What the?
Yep.
Some of that there.
Yep.
Joe Ricci's got to be pumped up that we've spoken to 2 Italians today.
Yep.
We weren't mean to either one.
No, we were embracing.
Yeah. Maybe it's Joe's fault that he gets treated the way he does. You know, maybe he must look in the mirror.
All right, this is going swell, my friend.
Indeed.
Once again, big up the chat for giving us information, banter. You know,
talking that mess.
The lot. Absolute heroes. Absolute heroes.
Adam passed the test.
Let's go, Adam. I'm watching Adam's Twitter feed, by the way, and he knows it. He's already started the World Cup banter. So
he's started it here.
Yeah, just know.
He's been talking that mess too.
No, I won't say anything until after the match. But get ready.
True. Hey, who did you guys just lose to? What was the score though?
Nobody watches that, mate. Nobody watches. Nobody even went.
No. So if a team loses 4-0 in the Forest, but no one's there to see it, did it really happen?
Okay. Exactly. All right, moving on. Our homie from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Jeremy Smith.
Wow, man.
Hey, mister.
Hello.
How are you?
I am fucking hot.
I feel like this is the most shorn I've seen your face maybe ever. So it must be warm.
I goofed. It was
Did you do a whoopsie?
It was a whoopsie-doo. It was a whoopsie-doo. I've been trying to keep it kind of shorter on the side, but letting this kind of do its thing. And the other day I had the wrong trimmer because I have a Manscaped, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know which one I was pulling up. I didn't have my contacts in yet. Pulled out the wrong one. So it was the one from my nether regions, and it just kind of did its thing. So
I was just gonna ask. You do have 2 separate ones,
Yeah,
right? One from
yeah.
I like the idea of I like the idea of matching your down belows to your up tops. I think that's pretty funny. Like if you also were doing long tight on the sides but real long on the bottom.
It's like this. It's like, does the carpet match the drapes? But in is it like a shag carpet at the house or
right. AstroTurf, what are we talking?
No, it's balls hot here, man. Like it was like 102 yesterday, 103. Like it's stupid. So more reason to drink the beer.
Yes, hell yeah.
I wanted to give you a verbal thank you for the latest pod on the mental health. I feel like that's kind of one of the earlier callers said it, but it's a sorely there's lack of communication about that for a lot of people. So the more things like this exist, I think it'll get it more on the front end of people talking about it. So kudos to y'all for doing that.
Thanks Jeremy.
Mate. Really appreciate the lads that joined us too, because there was like a real diverse set of issues.
Yeah, for sure.
There was some common issues, but there was some other stuff that we were just hoping to connect with as many people as we could. And so far the feedback's been really good. So yeah,
it's weird. I feel like I see more attention given to it from English publications and like social media. I don't think I see it as much in the States here. I even see, ex-footballers and stuff talking about it. Obviously, like it's a big deal. I know Sterling is like one of the spokespeople for what's the application? Headspace, I think.
Yep.
Which was like, I mean, I have that app on my phone. Like I use it, even just for the breathing stuff. But I think it's more common in the UK, it seems, than it is in the States. But that's not surprising. We have our own shit show going on here. So I didn't necessarily want to call and like get so in depth. So we can make a turn like one of the earlier callers did too.
Yes.
If you want to start talking
change of pace
about players or something like that.
It's funny like watching people that say anything about it, because so when we did that show, we didn't do video. It was just a call. All right. So I can't imagine what would have happened if like Mulv would have been cool because he knows me and he's been with me through all of this. But if we would have been on video and I look into the camera and there's like Andrew and Asan and Howard, none of whom I've met in person, and I'm just like, I almost killed myself and blah blah blah. How quick people would just be like, oh okay. Oh,
and not only that, but like. Whenever you're on these types of things, like I'm looking at I'm looking at the screen, looking at y'all, but like, what if you're just like staring right at the camera? Like you're talking to people, you're not even looking at their responses. You're just like, yeah, man, this is it. I found myself doing that you mentioned working remote. I work remote, which is nice. It's great. But you're on these calls with people and you're just like, do I look at the screen? Cause it doesn't really look like me. Do I look directly at the camera? Like I'm looking at their eyes. Like, do I just not give a fuck and like, just start brushing my teeth or like something else, I'm definitely like guilty of like, eating shit, like drinking coffee while I'm on these calls. Like I have no idea I have no understanding of how best to hold myself for that. So.
Etiquette.
Yeah. I ain't got none of that. I just kind of do everything. I'll like look down here. I'll look at the chat. I'll look at my other screen sometimes. Sometimes I'm straight down the barrel. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Ultimately, I don't think people care.
No,
I don't think they care.
But to give you something football related to talk about, there are 2 things that I want to talk about. Number one, I think over the last 10, 12 years or so, like we've had to rely upon the transfer market for the majority of our signings. And we're in a completely different situation now with youth, right? So you see Foden coming through, you see like them signing kids like Keiki, whatever. I don't know how to say his name.
Cake boss, isn't it?
I just, I mean, for sure. I if I still got names on the back of my shirt, I would get that motherfucker's name on the back of my shirt just because. But like, we're like bringing these kids in. You see McAtee and things like that. That's I want to know more about because Foden was a little bit different. Like he came in and like kind of got brought in easily, but you saw McAtee and some of the other Cole Palmer have got nights in Champions League and things like that. That was the first point I wanted to talk about. Is just start kind of having a conversation about that, because I don't think it's really been discussed. The second thing is that who's the cat who does all the stuff for Barcelona, like big on Twitter, Barcelona guy.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
So like back in like, I don't know, September, October.
Like journalist guy?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I can picture Rafa.
Rafa.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this cat was talking. Yep, that's him. So this cat was talking about Cucurella like back in September, October. Back in September, October. Actually, I guess I should do like.
Yeah, here we go. Perfect.
I didn't even know who the guy was. Obviously, like he was playing for Brighton, and this is his first year for Brighton, right? Like he only played one season there.
Yep.
So, and this guy obviously knows his players. So once I started, seeing him mention it and like how he was so much of a pet player, I started watching some of these games, and I mean he's legit. You know what I'm saying? So. And I've definitely retweeted myself on the MCFC NOLA account, like this motherfucker would be great. Like, let's bring him in. But the more I think about that, and the more I think about Zinchenko, like, I would be just devastated if Zinchenko left.
Yeah.
Reason I bring this up though is why can't we start playing Zinchenko in his natural position? He doesn't have to play left back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can easily come in. The games are going to come thick and fast this year. So I would have no issue. I mean, I don't know that Zinchenko's at the quality of Bernardo Silva, but I would have no qualms with Zinchenko lining up next to Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it adds depth there. In seasons past, obviously we've had depth issues across the board. So yeah, two main points.
Yeah.
Youth. How does that fit into the transfer scheme? And I guess Zinchenko.
The Cucurella / Zinchenko conundrum.
Yep.
Okay. The youth stuff, I think it's really case by case basis and just kind of the vibe they get off of whoever the kid is. Like Foden, I think because of his position and his body at the time, I mean, if you look back at Foden's, when he first started coming through, not that he's big now, but my man had legs like fingers, he was little. So I think that's part of it. And then just whatever the kind of positional needs are of the team. Palmer, just because of kind of how he plays, we were able to use him either on the wing or in midfield, and Pep was fine with that. Phil, I think, almost exclusively has been used out wide or as a false nine. And when he was coming up, he definitely wasn't playing as a 9 or anything like that. It was always out wide. So I think a lot of it's just down to that kind of stuff. When we started bringing up the double-barreled fullbacks, it was because we had injury issues and suspension problems and all that kind of stuff. So we had to be like, all right, well, you guys got to play. And it was better to do that than to use somebody wildly out of position. So that's what we did. Depending on how this summer goes, I mean, the stories that are out right now is that Palmer and McAtee should be seeing decent minutes this year. Palmer, the injury backed him off a lot last year, but I think the plan is that this is supposed to be his Foden year. And then McAtee's probably a year behind that, if that makes sense.
I would say loaning amount is probably worse. Like I would rather them have 5 games to 7 games in the league.
Yeah.
Just coming on for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and going out to a team that doesn't play anything like us. Like it's not that they're gonna regress, but like you really need to be in this team. Like you see how hard it is.
You got bad habits,
Well, I mean, you see people like Grealish coming in, and people had such high expectations for him, and I think this season will be great for him. But it takes a year to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like playing under Pep, it takes that long. So why would you not give the same consideration to your youth players that you would give to a guy that you just spent $100 million on? Like it doesn't make much sense in that regard. One other question now that I want you to talk about is, do you think the 4-2-3-1 comes back whenever if Calvin Phillips is signed? We don't have to talk about that, but just a weird kind of thought that I've pondered.
So let's do the Zinchenko one first.
Yep.
And then we'll come back to that one. So Mulv and I think both don't. If we sign Kukurea, I don't think it means anything really for Zinchenko. Like, I don't think that it's like, I don't think that's us pushing him out the door. I think it's literally just we have
like
one left back, and the other guy that's supposed to be on the team, is going to be in jail, hopefully. Yeah. So, like, like it's not exactly, hey pal, you got to get out of here. Right. But I'm with you, dude. Like, if we're gonna Swiss Army knife guys like Cancelo, Zinchenko can do that shit. He can play as a 6. He can play as an 8. He can play in the left wing. He could play in a 10 if we went 4-2-3-1. Like,
he's looked great for his country. Like, over the last few games that I've watched him in that position, like that's
what I was gonna say.
Absolutely phenomenal.
He's done himself loads of favors this summer, and in the way he finished out the season. I mean, just look at that last game of the season against Villa. He came on and just changed it.
Yeah.
I think he's been here long enough now that he's earned the right to play in the midfield.
For sure.
And I feel like Pep will recognize that. And
let's go talk to this humongous. He seems like a reasonable man.
I could see him in an 8. I could even see him in a 6.
Yep.
Like we said, we had five substitutes.
Bro, use him as a 6 in a cup game against a lower division side. Are you kidding me?
I think there's opportunities. Ukrainian Pirlo. Is what I'm saying. I think there's opportunities to play him. So
I still think he has upside, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about him coming in and playing against these lesser sides, but like, have we really seen him play his natural position in the league? I don't think we have. I've seen him, but maybe he might have played a cup game or two, like on the left hand side, if I remember correctly. But like, never in the league he's played there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I still think he has upside there. I think that I think it's one of those things where. I think you mentioned earlier, like, you got to tack on extra 10 million if he's going somewhere, like, because he plays, he's so dynamic, he's so versatile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you were talking about the kids, Jeremy, I think there's certain, like, more experienced players that are, their contracts are going to expire in the next season or two.
Yep.
That I see some of those kids saving us a lot of money.
I
think Mahrez will be winding down. I think Palmer just takes those minutes. Gundo, McAtee seems like a good 8 for me.
McAtee seems like such an old school 10, dude.
Yeah,
like, he'll play 8 for us, but like, I'm not gonna say I can kill my vibes, but like, you see his little behind floating around just behind.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities in those roles, though. You know what I mean? Like, they're asked to do similar things. So yeah, I think what we've done with the kids. Is going to really pay off in the next couple of seasons as some of these older guys move on. I think you're going to see a lot of them just run the contracts down and go.
Yep.
Mahrez and Gundo particularly, maybe Sterling
and
too.
McAtee just got a contract extension, right? Like, you're not gonna loan somebody out. I mean, maybe you will. I don't know. I think that speaks more to him sticking around here than going somewhere. Like, I don't even know what the teams that they were talking about. Huddersfield, maybe one of them.
McAtee's thing was the one that made the most sense, I think, was he's used as a make weight for the Kukurea thing, so we're not paying 50 million.
Gotcha.
It would be 30 or whatever, 35 plus McAtee, but we get a buyback on him, which at that point it's a 2-year loan. You know what I mean? And I think Brighton / Graham Potter is one of the places and people that I would be comfortable with our players going, just because.
They play well.
It's not exactly like us, but it seems like Graham Potter values a lot of the similar things that Pep does. Mm-hmm. So, I wouldn't hate that. Now, spending that much time, south and like near a beach, and then having to come back to Manchester might be rough. But
he's gonna come back tanned, man. Bronze arms.
Once again, you're going to be playing these kids in the early rounds of the cup games, right? The domestic cups, as well as a lot of people. And I know a lot of people are up in arms about this friendly that we're going to be playing in Barcelona.
Yeah,
but there's another game that
starts, right?
Yeah.
It's like when it's like in between the second and third game, or the first and second game, or something like that. It's weird.
But I want us to keep a big squad, and if we're going to have a big squad, then let's have a friendly in Barcelona where some of them can play. You know what I mean?
Haven't we had like 5 or 6 under the max for the last like 3 seasons? Like, hasn't it been pretty?
He keeps a short bench.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then has the audacity to say, I only have 13 players. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Who am I?
I think some of that is down to, I don't know. I think a lot of that's probably down to the fact where it's like, all right, that's a tough sell to somebody, to some players at least, to be like, we want you to come here, but we want you to understand that you're only going to play 40% of the games, 35% of the games. Like that's a tough sell, I think. So it's I think one, that's the reason we see a few more kids now than we used to, and I think it's a reason that we don't. It's a very like specific type of dude that you'd have to find, right? There's a specific personality you have to find that's going to be okay with like, all right,
yeah,
I might be the guy like 2 years from now, but I've got to understand that I got to sit, like I'm going to have to sit for a few years.
Yeah,
he's like Calvin Phillips. He's not coming in to replace Rodri. Like that's not a thing.
Right.
And Rodri's not going anywhere.
Right.
So that's another one of those deals of like, if that deal happens, clearly we've made some sort of indication to him about what, like how he's going to be used, what we expect
for sure
him to be a part of in terms of like tactical stuff. If it's 4-2-3-1, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Pep did some wacky shit and we saw, I mean, I can't say 3 at the back, but like I wouldn't be shocked if there was some wacky shit where sometimes it was like Walker, Stones, Diaz, you know, and then in front of that is all carnage, just because you'd have pace back there, and you could. That's a thing where you could play Calvin and Rodri and De Bruyne, and you'd have Calvin and Rodri like in front of the back three or whatever. If it's a 4-2-3-1, I think Calvin would be perfect next to Rodri. If we didn't want to use Bernardo, if Bernardo needed a rest, I feel like Calvin Phillips would run. I don't know. There's me if that deal gets done, add that to Haaland and Alvarez. There's just a lot of cool tactical shit that could happen, and we're buying guys just because we're talking about Phillips. We're buying guys from places that make sense. Like Calvin Phillips is coming from a Bielsa system. Like I know Bielsa's not the boss now, but he's coming from a system where he knows what he's going to have to do, and we're not going to make him man mark. You know, he just has to run. Like you don't have to man mark somebody all over the pitch. Just run in this half space right here, and just go up and down, and give the ball to guys better than you, and we're solid, brother.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, not to mention, like, I mean, obviously Ferner's a legend, but like at his age, he wasn't necessarily going to be pushing Rodri. Like, it's not like he's coming in saying he's, you know, at that point Rodri had already taken the crown there, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. But like, what happens if Calvin Phillips like comes in and like at least Rodri has someone younger? Is he younger? Yeah, he has to be younger.
Yeah,
maybe same age. But at least he has someone that's like younger, like pushing him. You know what I'm saying? Like Rodri's already great, but what is that, a dildo?
Effectively.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. That's a famous Abraham Lincoln quote. No, this is Harry Haddock.
Where's the blowhole?
Right there.
Yeah, got it.
McAtee's brother plays at Grimsby and got them promoted this year.
Thank you.
Mark that under who gives a shit.
All right, got Mulv down as a doesn't like McAtee family in general.
Which way to go? This way?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let somebody else hop on. I just wanted to see y'all's face and at least give y'all the ability to see mine. I'm going to see y'all in a few weeks though, so I hope you're looking.
Hell yeah.
I haven't spoken on this tactics business.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry,
what do you got?
Sorry. No, please don't.
I want to hear Mulv's tactical take here.
My tactical take. He's not changing the strategy, the formation. He's just simply inserting Erling Haaland in at striker. Because something that works so well, I don't think he'll change it until we struggle to break down low blocks, which I don't think the formation is the issue. I think it was just having a ruthless striker.
Yeah, personnel stuff.
Yeah, so I think it's more. It'll just be personnel changes for me. The tactical issue for me will be, how do we balance a real 9 for a false 9, right?
Yeah.
Because the false 9 offers you extra control of possession, of stopping counterattacks, etc. How will we balance changing that to a strictly an attacking role, like a final third role, will we still be as good at defending counterattacks, or will it simply be a case of it doesn't matter because we just score loads of goals now?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Win a bunch of games 5-2.
Yeah, that's the tactical question I have, and the thing I'm most interested to see is that balance from a more of a midfielder at the 9 to a true out and out striker.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I wonder.
Hashtag analysis.
Yeah. True. So much analysis.
Over the last
$1 a month. Patreon.
We're gonna have more goals from the wings for sure. I think that's just gonna open up more. Like we've had goals come from pretty much everywhere, but no one's really had. What was the highest score this year? Like
Mahrez, I think, and it was like 16.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna go down, but we're gonna have. Haaland will have the most, but I think that you're gonna end up having to have 2 people mark him essentially. So it's gonna end up leaving 1 or 2 people open on the wings. And I could see. If Sterling needs a little bit more space to shore up his finishing, then maybe that'll come from this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
All right, boys.
It's gonna be a season, bro.
I'm ready for it, man.
Hell yeah.
Bro. You've hyped me up, mate.
I'm ready.
Hey, I'll see you in 1 month.
I'm gonna see y'all in a bit. I'm amped for it. I've already got my bag packed.
Let's go.
It's sitting right there.
It's the most type A motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
It's ready.
Back a month to go.
I'm ready. I'm going. I'm ready.
Thanks,
right,
Jeremy,
boys.
mate.
I'll be good.
Take care,
All
bro.
right,
Bye.
There he goes.
King of New Orleans.
Love a bit of Jeremy Smith.
Yep, King of New Orleans. If you're ever in New Orleans, just hang out with him. Hit him up on Twitter. MCFC Nola on Twitter. He's got that 10 out of 10 guy. That dude rules. Yeah. You want to catch up on the chat real quick? I'll put the link in the chat one more time.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to hop on to help us round this thing out, just click that thing. Where was? Oh, I saw somebody. This was asked today.
Oh, sorry. Kenny G. Brilliant.
Yeah, he is. But who doesn't love a little bit of jazz clarinet? You know what I mean? That doesn't get the juices flowing. I don't know if anything will.
Is it in a soprano saxophone? I think that's what it is. The chat will know.
I know.
Chat will
what's
know.
that? What's that? An Italian saxophone? Boom!
All music's Italian, mate. All the words around music are Italian.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust.
All right. Drum.
Okay. You found the one word that is not Italian. Musical. Like when you write music. And you have to write words on the music that describe how the music's supposed to be played, quick, fast, soft. They're all in Italian.
Okay. So,
big up the Italians for that as well. Cultured people.
Yeah, shout out to Paisans, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah, so Johnny also asked about Juan Malio left today.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a shame for us, but I think he's earned this. He gets to go be the boss somewhere. So good for him. Hope he's successful. Curious to see what we do.
Well, I mean, he's got kind of a track record of picking a good replacement, doesn't he?
Okay. Yeah, he's done all right. I'm curious to see who it is.
I think it's been confirmed. Somebody called Enrico
Maresca?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Used to coach the under-23s, maybe.
Yeah.
He's coming back. I think he went to coach Palermo. It's just
we have really
Italy today.
The thing that and we're going to buy Palermo, I think, is what's going on. The fact that we have, so you know who Udinese? True, yeah. You mean the word or the action? Because it's definitely both. We've done what Udinese wanted to do, but the Pozzo family, but we've just done it much better. They were like, we're going to have Udinese, and then we're going to buy an English club. We're going to go get Watford. And it's like, all right, well, okay. Cute. We've got City. We've got New York now. We've got a team in France. We've got a team in Japan. We're going to buy Palermo, it sounds like. I think we're about to buy that team down in Brazil. We've got Girona. It's just pumping players through everywhere. It's amazing. The Pozos could never. Pozos. More like bozos, am I right?
Absolutely, mate. Got their ass.
Yeah, R.I.P., brothers.
All right, let me look back at my list here, mate.
Okay.
So yeah, I think in terms of we've done the ins, the outs. Jesus looks gone.
Yep. Jesus looks gone these days too, brother. You know what I mean?
I wish him all the best. We from the start were big fans of Jesus.
I probably still will be, just like sneaky. You know?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
if he scores for Arsenal, as long as it's not against us, I'm like, yes.
I think, unfortunately, the nail in the coffin was just a lack of ruthlessness.
Yeah.
Put up incredible numbers for a rotational striker.
Have you seen the revisionist history around him now?
What is it?
From like True
From
Geordie
Arsenal fans?
No.
Oh yes.
You see that True Geordie video? It was him and some other clown, and they're like, "This guy is one of the best players in the league." And blah blah blah. It's like, he's a striker that plays on the wing for us because we don't think he's good enough at the 9.
And he's going to have worse players behind him.
Yeah.
So I wish him all the best.
Martin Odegaard, definitely not Kevin De Bruyne. You know what I mean?
No, I mean quality, but not the same. Not the same. All the best to Gabby Jesus. I just think he was a victim of his own profligacy.
All right. We're a serious show with serious words.
Let's go. Hence Haaland and Alvarez. I think Alvarez is the Jesus replacement.
Yeah, I agree.
What it looks like.
Yep.
Bernardo, I see him staying, mate. It's just nothing makes sense. Smack in the middle of his contract would cost an absolute fortune.
Yep.
One of the best players in Europe.
I don't know. This seems like one of those ones where he's not even that fired up to leave. You know, like it seems. You look at how he is with the players, how he is with the boss. Like,
yeah,
you look at his body language, and maybe he's just good at hiding it in front of cameras or something. But he doesn't look like a dude that's like, I'm done. You know, I'd like to leave, please. And it's like, all right, well, if you want to leave, like, if Barcelona wants you that bad, they're gonna have to figure out how to pay that money.
It's because Plan B is such a great option. So if Plan A is leaving Manchester City and Plan B is staying at Manchester City,
boom.
I mean, I think when I think of that, I think of Bernardo. I think of Zinchenko. The people rumored, Bernardo, I guess, just wants to get out of Manchester, maybe.
Yeah.
Zinchenko is probably looking for minutes, right? If Plan B for them is staying and winning Premier Leagues and winning all sorts, and just being a part of this thing, getting paid handsomely, getting treated like kings. That's why I think it's unlikely that they leave.
Yeah.
Sterling is an interesting one. 1 year to go on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the potential that he might move this summer or next?
So I'll lead with I don't want him to go.
Same. Same.
If he does go, I think it makes most sense that he left next summer for free. The only club seriously linked to him right now is Chelsea, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening unless they get rid of Lukaku. And because the finances around that club right now, with everything that happened when Abramovich was owning it, they just got taken over by a new guy. Funds were weird to begin with, and Sterling ain't free. He's going to be expensive. So I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want him to go to a title rival like this. And if you're him and that's where you're going, you'd want Lukaku to still be there, I feel like. Like, if you're a guy that plays on the wing, it'd be nice to have a big monster in the middle to hit the ball at. Yeah. It feels like Chelsea feels like a team kind of like how City is, where there's 48 wingers all just kind of play in positions.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's necessarily the best for him. But yeah, I think he plays out this season. And then if he does leave, it's on a free next year. But I feel like I can also see a scenario in which he plays well this season. Mahrez leaves on a free next year, and Sterling stays on the right.
I think I see two potential outcomes. One, he walks for free next summer.
Yep.
Two, he resigns.
Yeah.
Because once again, I mean, this is the place to be. He's Pep's not going anywhere. We're bringing in more recruitments. He's going to have a striker or two. Jesus is out of the picture. Yep. So there goes somebody that was competing with you on the right wing. Mahrez is winding his tenure at the club down, probably.
He seems Mahrez seems like nailed on for a free move to PSG next summer.
I see that seems more likely, and then Raz leaving.
Yep.
I hate to see either of them go because I love them, and I love the thought of them with Erling Haaland in the middle. Wow.
This is a good point by Patrick. Like this is kind of like what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
He plays out this season. If his stats don't go, if his assist numbers don't go up, and goals don't go up,
you can go, man.
You get the wages off. You get the wages off the bill, and then you've got that would be Mahrez and Sterling wages gone, and you go spend dumb money on whoever the next guy is.
Well, it's sort of our own fault for relying on the wingers for goals, right?
Yeah,
and that puts so much
Daniel Levy's.
Yeah, puts so much extra pressure on Raheem, who's not the greatest finisher.
Yeah,
we need you to be a finisher, mate. And if he can, that pressure can be taken off of him, and he can just throw alley oops to Haaland and Alvarez.
Yep.
Or even whoever's on the other side.
Yeah.
Sort of when the whole Sane, Aguero, Sterling thing was happening, if he can get into that
true SAS.
Yes, that sort of form again. Yeah. No, so I'd love him to stay. I'm with you on that. Love him to stay, and I hope he signs an extension. To be fair.
Yeah, and I saw Gaz said in the chat, new contract under his nose by Christmas. I think that's a very real possibility. If we go through the first half of this season and get into that World Cup break, and he's playing his ass off, I think for sure we're saying like, yo, we want you to stay. Here's more money. Like he'll be made at that point. He'll probably be made like vice captain or something because it's like you've been here long. He's a senior guy in the team at that point. We value you. Like we'll give you anything. Just don't leave. But that's if things go well. If things don't go well, different story.
The last one I wanted to talk about with you is Gundo.
Okay.
I can't stop watching that last game of the season.
Yeah.
And what he did was
20 minutes, huh? Jeez Louise.
What he did was unreal, mate.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're going to continue to see deep defending more often than not. And I actually prefer him to Bernardo when we're playing teams that play like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think his experience is so valuable. He's a fucking amazing player. Don't go, mate. Hold on to this guy, and hopefully you can get in this. Do you remember last time he let his contract run down and he just re-signed?
Yeah.
He's not the type of player that is, once he gets into his last year, he's definitely leaving.
Yeah, he's not like angling for deals in the middle of the season type guy.
Exactly. So I just hope he stays, man. He's so important. Important.
Yeah, I think. What's he got left? 1 year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the four. There's the four. There's Jesus, Sterling, Mahrez, and Gundo.
Okay.
Those are the four with 1 year left.
Okay. So with Gundogan, I think a lot of it depends on whether or not we get Phillips or somebody in midfield. Because if we don't get somebody in midfield, Gundogan's going to have to play a lot more games than he did last season. He's going to have to be the replacement 6. Like, I think a lot of stuff changes depending on if we sign somebody. I don't want him to go anywhere, especially not this summer. you know. But I don't know. I like the guy a ton, and obviously that last game of the season is fresh in the mind. So like it kind of
it's worth a statue, it's worth a lifetime contract.
It weighs heavier than other stuff does. I just I think if it got to the point where, depending on how his injuries are this season and everything, like I wouldn't be shocked, and I wouldn't be as heartbroken if he left for free next summer as I would be like if Sterling did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like a tighter bond or whatever with Sterling than I do with Gundogan. I think that's just I don't know why that is. But yeah, I don't know. Gundogan is one of those guys that's given us a ton and has been crucial since Pep came in. But he's not like Fernandinho or Company or Aguero, where fans literally would have been like, I don't know, brother, like just we'll pay you to stay here. Can you just hang out for a while and like not leave us? Like if Gundogan needed to go and he wanted one more big deal somewhere, thank you for everything you've done, and we'll see you.
Cool. All right. Last caller of the day, I think, mate. Let's wrap it up with Jacob from MCSV Knoxville. Hi, mate.
Hey, pal.
Hey,
That's in Belgium, huh?
Up the Red Devils.
Up the Red Devils.
Only time that's ever going to get said on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. You both disgust me. Hope you know that. What you got, dude? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, no, just having a great day, you know. We signed Haaland. I don't know if y'all heard that. Champions for the fourth time in 5 years. Feel like
that is tight.
Nice to say that again. And I don't know about y'all, my heart rate hit about 160 in the 81st minute when that goal was scored. Can't take too much of that again.
Not doing great.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get like a gym routine in to get ready for 2033 or 2032. Because that year's going to be crazy. I don't know who's going to score.
The next 10 years. You think we're going to do this every 10 years? It's
every
like
10 years.
It's like cicadas that come back up. Oh no, this is the 10-year cycle. Here it comes.
I think Fernandinho Jr. should be ready to go that time. So get him on the team, and he'll have a top dance on social media. That's right.
What do you think about we were just talking about guys going out. What do you think about any of these kind of rumors of dudes rumored to leave?
I mean, Jesus, obviously, like I think he's done, and it's unfortunate because I love him. Like he's one of the guys. Like anytime you see him in the lineup, it's kind of like it's almost that brief negativity where it's like, okay, man, he can't really finish, but God, he's gonna give it everything he's got. And like at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for in a player. It sucks it didn't work out. Because like he like when he came in that 2016-17 season, it looked like he was gonna knock Aguero out of the squad and we weren't gonna see him again.
Yeah.
And unfortunately he got that injury and that happened. His progression kind of fell off since that moment. But I mean at the end of the day, he's gonna be a great player wherever he goes. I'd rather it be to like Italy than
so we don't have to deal with him.
Yeah. Because I think he's going to be one we might regret. As far as like the other guys that are kind of rumored to be leaving, Bernardo, like I think he's going to be one of those guys. Like he might want to leave in quotations, but there's going to be nowhere that can pay the money for him, and he's a professional. Like, and he loves being in Manchester. Like, well, not being in Manchester. He loves playing for Manchester City. I think he hates being in Manchester, but who doesn't?
Mancunians. They don't.
I know.
You know you love it, Jacob.
Anyway,
you know you love it.
Right now, dude.
It was awesome, but it rained.
Our
like
numbers just dropped in half.
People are unsubbing from Patreon, you son of a bitch.
I meant the weather. That's all I meant. Greg's is awesome.
Steady.
Greg, Steady, Cafe North.
Yeah, we're gonna have to back up from that.
Okay.
Rewind. Okay.
Jacob's gonna have to put a statement out on Twitter after this.
Yeah, I know.
I would like to address some statements that I made on the internet.
Charlie's coming for you, mate. He's coming for you.
It's all right.
Oh,
it's okay. So,
Creed coming to get you, dude.
Knoxville also sucks. If anybody was wondering, it is
True.
So I'll just throw that out there. Where I live also sucks.
What about Terry?
Yeah. Anyways, gonna go back from that one. I think he's one of those players. Like he's gonna get on with it. He's gonna know that there's really nowhere that can pay the money he's gonna require, and he's gonna do what he needs to do. Like he's professional. I'm not worried about that one. I think Gundogan and Mahrez, they're both getting older, and like you said, with Palmer and then McAtee being 1 year behind him, I wouldn't be surprised if Gundo may be a stint for another year or two. Just to let McAtee kind of develop a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think Palmer, like he's going to have a season this year, I hope, as long as he doesn't get injured, to where we kind of need room for him, and Mahrez makes the most sense there.
Yep. Hell yeah. I think that's all of them, right? That's everyone that's leaving.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be any surprises, Jacob?
I mean, Sterling would be the biggest surprise to leave this summer.
Yeah.
Even though his contract is up, but I don't know. I was talking about it before. The Irish guy who we sold to Southampton left. I was kind of thinking
the Irish guy.
Yeah.
What a reduction.
I'm sorry. I don't know his name.
That's a compliment.
And he like. Anyways, so I thought Stefan might want to leave after this summer after the game he had in the FA Cup. And no ill will to him. Like obviously he's American, and I want him to do well.
Yep.
But there's like him going into that World Cup. I don't know if he's going to start, and I think he might want to move, but I don't see anybody we can bring in that's going to be.
To be fair, both of the U.S.'s like top guys that should be
top three now
fighting for the starting position in the World Cup. One is the backup at City. The other one's going to be third choice at Arsenal.
The third is backup at Nottingham Forest.
Is the backup at Forest.
Yeah, so we don't have a starter in goal.
Great. Yeah, hell yeah. Any thoughts on the Cucurella thing?
I mean, I hope it happens. We need numbers there. And I've always kind of wanted us to go back to that 3-5-2 we ran early on.
I just texted you to say this. I was like, hey, it's 3-5-2 again.
Yeah, because I mean, it was amazing when we ran it, and then thou who shall not be named got injured, and we kind of went away from it.
Yep.
So I think we can bring that back, and honestly, I think what you might see is Walker drop into that back three, and then we play Walker and Cancelo at right wing back, and then you have Cucurella. You can play Zinchenko there too.
And Gareth Southgate.
Yeah. Well, okay. It'll only work against Hungary, so.
True.
We don't talk about Hungary. We already established that.
No.
Don't we? We don't talk about Hungary?
Mm.
I mean, honestly, if you're playing Hungary, you got to start Marcus Rashford. Like, I don't know what you're doing.
Obviously.
Okay. Decent joke.
It's going
Decent
down.
joke.
Yeah.
England's going down this winter.
Slowly climbing myself out of that hole that Manchester sucks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
It's going to take more than that, mate.
I solely meant the weather is all I meant.
Got half of a chat after you.
Yeah. 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 Good thing you live here and not over there, or else there would be pitchforks and torches outside.
Yeah, they're gonna like mark my passport next time I go back.
Excuse me, sir. Can you step into this room, please? No.
I'll give one free punch in the arm in Green Bay if anybody wants that.
See, he's going.
Okay, there you go.
He knows not to come down here.
Punch in the arm.
Probably not here. That's what
right, not the money maker. So. I get that.
Yeah. But briefly, to go on a serious note, I do really want to thank y'all for that podcast y'all did. It's not often you can hear somebody kind of be vulnerable. I'm sorry if my camera just switched off there.
No, you're good.
But I think it's kind of important, especially like the past 2.5 years that everyone has gone through.
Yeah.
It's so important. Just to be able to talk to people, like self-confidence, like for me personally, like not seeing people for 8 months, like it was crazy. I think now that everything's kind of slowly getting back to normal, like being able to like kind of, hey, we got to be able to talk about this type of stuff is really, really important. I'm glad y'all were able to address that.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to it. It was a long one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was worth it.
Or something like that.
We had to cut it off because we had another segment we were going to do on coping mechanisms, and we didn't even get to it.
Yeah,
and I was trying to play uplifting music, and that wasn't going to work. And
that was the first thing
I was going to hit Fresh Prince.
Summertime.
I talked about throwing myself off. That's a good bit.
It had a good blend of comedy and deep
real stuff,
deep thoughts. Yeah.
That's exactly what this podcast is, by the way. It's like the perfect blend of hashtag analysis and a bit of banter.
Yeah. Which
and
is
real heavy nuts
side and pretty light on it's an 80-20 thing.
Y'all got it down to a T. So
that's very nice.
Bro. Hey, thanks for being the headliner. We appreciate it very much.
I want to thank my fans. I no longer really have. Again, I'm sorry. Manchester weather is great, and I apologize. The rain is awful.
Could be the last time you ever wear this headset.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see Jacob's Twitter later, and there's just a notes thing. He just tweets a long thing in notes.
If anybody's wondering my hat, it's a Bolt from the Blue podcast.
Oh shit, Jacob, thank you so much. We'll talk to you later, bro.
All right,
hey, buddy.
Guys. Bye.
Wow, great stuff.
Hell yeah. Cool. I think that's it, huh, pal? Hour and 35, hour and 37. That's a pretty good show.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thanks everyone that said anything about that Say It Back podcast that we did the other day. If you haven't listened to that yet, go check that out. Zero, and like share it with. This is the thing that I've been telling people that have like asked about it, like outside of this, is like, yo, you don't have to be a City fan, you don't have to be a sports fan. Like, it has nothing to do. It's very little bit in there that's just that sports are mentioned. So share it with people that just need to hear, I don't know, guys talking about their shit. Just if you think it'll help them know that it's all right to do that.
Yeah, they're not alone. Everybody struggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get through it. You keep going. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this. If you haven't already and you're still here, click that like button, please. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the little bell. That way you get notified whenever we go live. If you've been watching on Twitter or Facebook, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet this. Hey, Vic, our queen. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you drop a like, share the video to anyone that you think might like it. On Twitter, you can find us on Twitter at NoisyPod. You can put in hashtag AskNoisyPod if you have questions for us. This summer, I guess we'll be popping in and out, probably just periodically. Find us on Facebook, the podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, anywhere else that podcasts can be found, except for Podbean, because they can do one. Yep, they're terrible. That's that stuff. If you haven't already, get your tickets for City versus Club America in Houston, Texas. We'll be in sections 322 and 321. It sounds like. Like we have started acquiring seats in the section next to us. So get them seats. I got one in 321 a few days ago for $50.
Let's go.
Before fees. Yep. So there are still seats there that aren't dummy priced. And
come down the night before.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay, what day is the game? 20th?
20th. 20th.
20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th. 20th.
Wednesday the 20th. Yeah,
Wednesday,
come down. At least be there
19th.
the night before.
Yeah, I'm getting down there the 19th. I got the hotel booked. Staying somewhere I probably shouldn't be. Swung a deal. Maybe the club will be there. Who knows? Yeah. Get yourself a place to stay. Come down to Houston. It's gonna be a party. If you've never been to one of these before, it's madness. It's usually 2 to 3 days of just, I don't know, degeneracy. I think is a good way to say it.
Just yucking it up with your city mates. You'll see some celebrities. You probably see people like Mike Summerby, Paul Dickoff.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get Sean Wright Phillips to come in.
Wouldn't be shocked if Nedum was there.
Who?
Nedum Anua.
Nedum could be there, yeah.
Be shocked if he showed up.
You know who else?
Who's that?
Joey McCune, podcast host of Nosy Neighbors.
That's the boy, I will be there. I
Say
can
less.
I can today confirm
Say
I'll
less.
be in Houston. I'll bring a Sharpie.
Noisy neighbors.
Bring a Sharpie if anyone wants me to sign their skin and they can go get it tattooed later. I think that'd be
All right. Tranquilo, brother. Tranquilo.
But yeah. See you down there. Otherwise, I know people are going to Green Bay. Get your tickets for that. It is a sesh for sure.
100.
If you haven't already and you'd like to support the show, you can do that at Patreon at patreon.com/noisypod. And for as little as $1 a month, you can support this and, give us funds to do like more content and get more equipment and all that kind of stuff so we can do more stuff. I think that's it, right? That's everything.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Good to catch up with everybody. It's already a great summer. Let's keep it going.
Yep. Let's keep it going, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you watching
Joey,
live or later. Yes, sir.
I love you, mate.
Hey, I love you too, bro. Let's go.
Thanks for saying it back, brother.
I am the one who says I love you. Yeah. And everybody out there, we love you. Say it back. Until next time, everybody. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.